Hi everyone, welcome to the channel Learn with Stranger. This is the third video of C++ complete course. In this video, we'll discuss about variables and data types in C++. Everything we deal in life is some data itself. Like when we need to call some person, we need a string data type or a sequence of characters or sequence of alphabets. Like if we take an example like name as John, John, it is a sequence of or group of characters or group of alphabets like J is on single alphabet O H N similarly. And if we take his age, it may be 40 something anything. It is an integer. That's also a data. If we take his salary, if we take his marriage status like true or false, like if he's married or not. If married, true. If not, false. Similarly, everything is a data. We need to play with it. Like we need to enhance it. We need to store it. That's what we do, and we need to operate on it. Like similarly, by taking example of student, he will have his name, which is a sequence of characters, and his age, which is a number, and the marks that he has scored, that is integer, that's also a number. And similarly, the percentage he has taken, that will be in decimal things like point things, 91.2% example. And is he fail or pass in the previous semester or current semester? That's true or false, boolean thing. This is all are the data. Like to store these things, we need some specific data types and the variable things which store these things. So, like if, for example, like we can store the water in the bottle, but we can't store the apple or any fruits in the bottle itself. So for storing specific data, we need specific data types. For storing water, we need bottle, and for storing the apple, we need some other things, such as like there are different types of data types to hold different things. Like one data type for numerical values, and another for true or false, another for integers, another for decimal things. And next is variables and data types in C++. Like here, what are variables? Variables are just the containers for storing the data values. Like here, when we store the water, the bottle is the variable. That's it. Here, in example, age. We need to store the age. Age will be here. We taken the example of 10. Like age will be 10. Here, 10 is the data, and age. This is the container. Like the reference thing. Like what we call it. What is 10? It is age. If it is like if we take another example like age of a person, it is 10. Age of a dog, it is 12, something like that. The variable may change, but the data type of this 10, it will be always integer, like integer itself. Here age will be 10, and age is the variable and 10 is the data, and data type is integer. Similarly, the data type of this is string, or it may be also character of, sorry, arrays, like sequence of characters, and the variable is country. That's it. If we take a string state, then state will be variable. Here we can store any of the thing like state, Punjab, Jammu, Kerala, Karnataka, such things. So we got to know about what is variables and what is data types. Variables are things which store the things, like it are just the containers, and data types are like data type of the thing, like what is the type of the data. 10 is the integer data type, and India, this is the string data type or sequence of array, sorry, sequence of characters. Next, these are the types of data types in C++. Types of data types are character data type, short int, integer, long int, float, double, long double, wide characters. Char is the name like which we need to store, which helps us to store. Here we have written int. Similarly, if we need to store character data type, then we need to write char there. If we need to store long data type, sorry, if we need to store float, we need to write float initially. If we need to store double, we need to write double. Character is the character data type which has the size of 1 byte, and the range is between, for the signed the range is between -128 to 127, and for unsigned it is 0 to 255. Similarly, the range goes on as mentioned in the table, and similarly the size goes on as mentioned in the table. For short int it has 2 bytes, for integer it has 4 bytes, for long int it has 8 bytes, for float it has 4 bytes, for double it has 8 bytes, sorry bytes. For long double it has 8 bytes, and for wide character it has 2 or 4 bytes. This is the character thing where we can store the characters like A, B, C, D, and some other symbols or such things. And this character, when we will show the example, you will get to know. This is a data type which is used to store a single character. The character must be surrounded by a single quotes. We'll show the example, then you will get to know. Here, this is the character data type. When we are storing the character data type, this is the variable AA, and we need to mention what is the data type of the variable CHR char, and what we have stored A. That's it. Here, when we are using character data type, what is the thing we need to write before? We need to mention what is the data type. So mentioning char as a data type, and we need to write the variable. Here you will take the variable name as C itself. I need to mention what is the data. Here I will take data as A, and this data must be surrounded by the single quote from the both the side. If it's a character thing, character data type, and when we run, A will be printed. Similarly, you can store any of the characters minus. This is the character data type. Then we go to short int. This is the integer thing that contains only numbers without point values, only round figure numbers. Short int and int are same thing, but the size will vary in the short int and int. That's it. So short int has 2 bytes and int has 4 bytes. Similarly, long int we will have some extra bytes. Similarly, float will have 4 bytes, double will have 8 bytes, and the long double will have 8 bytes. That's it. Then we go to short int. Short int unsigned, signed. Generally, we will take as int itself. Unsigned will not be taken here. We will take example for only int itself. We need to mention the data type and the variable name A. We take 10. Here we will print A. So what's the error? Yeah, here we have not given the semicolon itself. It will show in the which line itself. Where error has been 16th line, 5th, 16th line. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. Expected comma or semicolon before cout. Before cout there must be semicolon in the 16th line. Before cout we need to check where the semicolon is missing. So semicolon was missed here. So we have put here the semicolon. And I think it will be, yeah. This is the integer data type. Then we'll go to float. Long int. Similarly, the long int data type is used to store long integer values. That's it. Like I said, the size varies. Like here, the size of the short int will be smaller, and int has the size that is better than this, and the long int will more like highest size in the integer data type. Then we go to float. This data type holds the stores double precision floating point numbers. Float. And when we declare a floating data type, we need to add f after we mentioning the data. Here I have declared 3.2 as the data, and after that I have mentioned f. So it takes the data type as float itself. Initially I need to mention what is the data type float, and variable I will take it as a itself, and 3.1 f and semicolon. 3.1 will be printed. Float. Next we'll go to double. A float has 7 decimal digits. Like float can store maximum 7 decimal digits of a precision. but double is a 64-bit double precision, the floating point number. Here double is also a float thing, but it has more precision than float. That's it. Here is the example. You can store the more precise value in the double. That's it. In the long double, you can store like better precision than the double. Like the more values you can store, like 3 point, like there are many values here. So you can store the more precise values in the long double, better than double. And double stores the more precise value better than float. That's it. Hello. I Here you will take the example how float and double will differ. See here, this is the set precision value, like up to how much decimal value the things must be displayed, the output must be displayed. This is the inbuilt method. And here we have declared a double and float itself. The same values 3.123456789 and again 123. And same thing has been declared to float itself. But when we print the things up to certain decimal value, the float will be printed as it is. But after certain value, after certain decimal point, the garbage value will be displayed. So double will be more precise. See, take here example, when the output is displayed, check here 3.123456789 The same thing is being printed. But in the float, while float is printed, see 3.123456 again. After this thing, the garbage value is displayed. This is the difference between double and 4. Where you need more precise value, we use double, and where we need less precise value, we use float. That's it. Then the last thing is wide character. Wide character is similar to character data type. The main difference is that char takes one bit of this, but wide character takes 2 bits. That's it. To make wide character, we have to add L before the character literal. And to use wide character, you must use W cout for taking the input. We need to use WCin for the inputs. Here, this is the wide character wchar. This is the thing how we need to declare the data type as we show in the table here. Wchar underscore t w equal to, as mentioned here, to make the wide character we need to have to add L before the character literal. Before we declaring the data, let's say A, that is character A, wide character, the L must be present here before the thing. And when we need to output the wide character, wcout is the method which we need to use. For taking the wide character, we must use wcin thing. That's it. This is the wide character. And this is about the variables and data types in C++. Thank you.